Oh, hello everybody. I am Dr. Beckie Kaczmarski, and I am once again back with you on Facebook Live. And today I'm wearing my favorite mask. It's my mask that I like to use for um, for lip reading, for people to hear me, and it's very comfortable to use. So I'm going to be talking to you about mask use and proper communicating with masks on, because it's been almost a year now that people are wearing masks. We're all getting used to it. I have quite a stack of things to show you because of people's ingenuity and things that they're inventing to be bringing new things to the world. And we found in March how difficult it was to have a hearing loss. And here with somebody wearing a mask, it was always difficult to hear with a hearing loss anyway, and this just added to the whole problem. So what we're going to do today is review a bunch of different kinds of masks and some tips and things that you can do that will make it easier to understand people with masks and easier to wear hearing aids with masks and those kinds of things. So first thing I want you to do is do something fun. We have do's and don'ts for how to wear a mask. So obviously this is the right way to wear a mask. You wear it over your whole face here. It is not under your chin. It is not a hat, and it is not a blindfold. This is how to wear a mask: over your nose and over your mouth and under your chin. So I thought that was a cute way of saying do's and don'ts for how to wear a mask for everybody, with or without a hearing loss, that's for sure. So when we're communicating with a mask, it's important to speak slowly and to speak clearly and not shout, but it's very important to speak slowly. And that is one of the biggest things we can do to make it easier to understand when we're talking with a mask. Because sometimes with the social distancing, being 6 feet apart is another backwards needs a hearing aid or a hearing loss. The distance is another problem. 6 feet is quite a far away for the sound to travel, let alone when you have a barrier like this when people are wearing masks. So if somebody's not understanding you when you're wearing a mask, you should just rephrase what you're saying. If they're not understanding, you can ask, say, are you understanding what I'm saying? And if not, then you can rephrase what they're saying, what you're trying to get across. Then you can take turns speaking. Just give a little bit of a pause, and instead of just keep them going on and on and on, and they're not understanding you, just take a break and say, "Are you understanding me?" And then the person can acknowledge you and say, "Yes, I am," or "I'm not." When you're communicating with somebody with a hearing loss, keep the background noise to a minimum. That's always an important thing to do for somebody with a hearing loss, but especially with a mask, because we're finding things. I hope this will come through on the show, that different types of masks change the frequency response of the sound coming through. And you'll see that the top person is wearing a surgical paper mask, and you'll see that is taking away the least amount of sound. And the next on the list is a cotton mask, and that's taking away a little bit more of the high frequencies. And then the next on the list is an N95 mask, and that's taking away a little bit more of the high frequencies, making things more muffled. And a jersey thick fabric mask takes even more frequencies away. And then we have the PVC window masks. I'll show you that in a second. And the hardest thing to do to communicate with is one of the face shields. The plastic that it's made of really changes the acoustics of what's going on. So I'm going to show you these masks in order again and show you which ones are the easiest ones to hear with. So this is my favorite mask. It's very, very comfortable and soft. It has a window in it. It's made by Safe and Clear. If you're interested in these, they are Safe and the letter N clear.com, and you can order these online. We also have some here at the office for sale if you're interested in these. But that changes. You'll already hear that you can hear me a little bit differently when I take the mask off. So the first one on that list was a paper mask. This is the one that is the easiest to understand, and you can hear even on the show that my voice hasn't changed all that much. So the paper mask is one of the most effective for germs, and it's the most effective for communication. So you hear when I take that off, it's not that much different how you're hearing me. Next on that list was a fabric mask for nice style, showing things that are comfortable. So this is a fabric mask, and this was the next on the list for taking away the high frequencies. So the paper mask is the easiest to hear clearly, but obviously these take away the lip reading. So we'll take this fabric one off. Next on that list was a N95 mask, and you can hear my voice change a little bit. The volume is still there, but the high frequencies might not be as sharp and clear as they could be. But this is the most effective mask for germs and taking, making things sanitary for the droplets, but it is in the middle of the scale for taking away the high frequencies of understanding speech. And you've obviously taken away a lot of lip reading clues. Next on the list is a clear mask. And you can see that this mask is clear all the way around and is very comfortable to use, but it really is taking away high frequencies. It's comfortable and it's nice to wear. Like if you have a hearing loss, you're seeing all the lip reading, all the facial gestures, that kind of thing. But I mean, I can even hear that it's a little bit muffled. So this is a clear mask. We have these for sale as well. And then these are the PVC vinyl masks that we wear. And you can hear that that really does muffle sound, and it takes a lot of high frequencies away. So last on the list was the face shield. And that, you can hear already that it takes away, it changes the sound quality quite a bit. But you can see all the facial expressions and that kind of thing. So you need to choose if you want the high frequencies in order to hear clearly, or the facial expressions in order to lip read. So that's the facial mask that some people can use. So that makes it easy. So I will take that off, and you can hear the difference in sound quality as I take that off. And I'm gonna mess my hair up big time today. So things you can do to wear a hearing aid with a mask. If I have a mask that goes around the ears, the hearing aids sit behind the ears, and that makes it very difficult when you're taking a mask on and off real quick, or you're just moving around quick, you're not thinking about it, and next thing you know, your hearing aid is flipped off, and it's very easy to lose your hearing aid with that. This is offered as well. It's called it's just a band that goes behind your ear, and you take the band and you connect it to one side, and you bring it around to the other side, and you clip it onto that. Hopefully I can see. When I turn around, you can see that there's nothing behind my ears except the hearing aids, and this is holding the straps away from my ears. So it's much safer to take off the mask without bothering the hearing aids at all. So we have these available at the office too. There's some other things that we can do to minimize when the hearing aids are in the way. You can take the masks that go all the way around your head, and that takes the straps away from behind your ear. If you have enough hair to have a bun, you can put the straps around your bun. You can also have a ribbon with 2 buttons to connect the 2 straps to, or maybe a headband with a button on it to connect the straps to, and it keeps those straps away from the hearing aids. We've had a number of people lose their hearing aids because of the mask wearing, so it's a lot to think about. That masks help us stay safe, but it also takes away high frequencies, and it also makes it very difficult to lip read, and it also makes it very easy to lose hearing aids that fit over the ear. That's 3 things that we didn't realize we were going to have to deal with this year. So those are very important things to remember. So I hope this has been helpful. I think that we're going to do this weekly now, so I hope to see you again. And I want to know if you have any questions. I'll always answer questions that you might have, or some comments. That's very, very helpful for everybody when they hear other people's questions. So I will thank you for listening, and I will see you again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.